Lake Health Systems proudly presents a NKTelco sports production of high school varsity volleyball action. We're here at St. Mary's Memorial High School this evening for a game between the New Knoxville Rangers as they take on the St. Mary's Rough Riders. Tonight's game is brought to you by American Trim, First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Winners Meats, NKTelco, Frost Roofing, Hometown Opportunity, Minster Bank, Ply Gem, Precision Strip, Schwederman's Pharmacies, NK Supply, Wilson Health, and Fowler's TV. We're happy to be with you tonight. I'm Dennis Henchen. My partner this evening is Jeff Henchen. Happy to come to you with this ball game from Memorial High School, where, as I said, the Rangers and the Rough Riders are get at it here with a non-conference game. We have the keys to the game to start off with, as you see on our screen there. New Knoxville is currently standing at 3-1, while St. Mary's is at 0-4. And basically, St. Mary's has played nothing but MAC schools so far. But keys to the game are brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. And the first one up there is
with New Knoxville Rangers. They want to continue the momentum. They opened up the season with a loss to OG, a very good OG team. Came on now, have won 3 straight games, 3 straight matches, have been playing very well. They want to improve on their blocking, make it more difficult for the other team's attacks to score on them. So they want to improve on the blocking and make sure they continue to serve well. Don't give the other team cheap free points. As a team, New Knoxville serving at 93%, want to maintain that high percentage.
And the keys to the game for the St. Mary's Memorial Rough Riders.
They want to continue to improve as well also. They're dealing with an injury, just like New Knoxville. They're also dealing with the setter that was out the first sets of games, and the Coldwater Spike-Off did not play, so she's coming back. They have a new head coach, so a lot of moving parts right now, and they're trying to get better. They played a very good full recovery team the other night very well, so they're looking to continue improving on their own. They also want to get their spikes down. They don't have a very good team hitting percentage, so they want to make sure they can become more efficient on their attacking, knock off the errors, score more points on the attacking for them rather than the other team. And they do a decent job blocking, and they want to continue to do that. It's a big part of their offense if they can disrupt the other team's offense with some touches at the net to slow it down, and also maybe generating some termination blocks for points.
Okay, those are the keys to the game, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with the starting lineups and the first hit of the game, so stick with us. We'll be right back.
Grand Lake Health, we offer urgent care services within Joint Township District Memorial Hospital. Upon arrival, each patient is greeted and healthcare professionals assess the level of care required. Urgent care services extend your access to quality health care, complete for non-life-threatening problems. Our state-of-the-art facility and host of diagnostic and treatment options allow you to receive the treatment you deserve in a timely and courteous way. Grand Lake Health Systems, the highest quality health care for you and your family.
American Trim's story started in 1951, and our long family legacy continues today. We are a third-generation family-owned business with locations in Sydney and Walpock, and we're hiring for manufacturing positions on first, second, and third shifts. Part-time and full-time positions are available for entry-level and skilled individuals. Please apply at www.amtrim.com or in person. American Trim is a proud sponsor of high school sports and our communities. Come be part of our story.
Down. You tell me if it gets better or worse, or...
Okay, we're back here at Memorial High School where the Rough Riders and the Rangers are just about ready to hit it off. Once again, I'd like to thank Grand Lake Health Systems for their presentation of this production tonight with the game between the Rough Riders and the Rangers. But tonight's starting lineup will be brought to you by American Trim. And if I rush myself a little bit, the officials for tonight's game will be, the up official will be Dan Minnick, and the down official on the floor over there at the table will be Connie Steinbrunner. Two well-seasoned, you can see him down here on the bottom. And I believe that Monica Vanderhorst will be one line judge and Randy Dickey will be the other line judge. So quality refereeing all the way around.
Non-starters first for the Rangers.
And number 11, Erica Wiedock.
Erica Wiedock there.
And now for the starters. Rangers. Number 2, Gretchen Dwanger.
Gretchen Dwanger is a starter for the Rangers, number 2. And then that'd be Carson Henson, number 3, coming out. Morgan Leffel, number 5, coming out. Haley Flutterjohn, the libero in the other colored shirt. And Meg Jurasic, number 10. And number 12, Carly Flutterjohn, the setter. And Ellie Gable, number 13, rounds out the starters there. Head coach will be Morgan Strayer. She's in her third year. Got 2 years in. Now for non-starters for Haley Felver, Elizabeth Brown, non-starters. Number 6, Cora Rabel.
Number 8,
Kelsey Poppy, number 8. Aaliyah Williams, not playing. Leah Walters, number 22. Number 23, Carson McLaughlin. Now your starters. Number 1, Carly Kaywood, 5'9", senior. Number 5, Addison Lout, a 5'10" freshman outside hitter. Number 7, Claire Berkey, a middle hitter, 6 foot, junior. Number 9, Addie Young, a junior. Number 10, Samantha Ackroyd, a 5'9" outside hitter. And then number 24, Jordan Egbert. And your libero for the Rough Riders, Sharessa Pretty. That will be I'm missing it now. I've got it here. Melissa, number 15. And their coach, first-year head coach, will be Madison Broering, a local girl per se, comes from St. Henry, Ohio. Played at St. Henry, went to Ohio Northern, played at Ohio Northern, and in fact, she graduated in 3 years from Northern, and now she's coaching back here.
Has a pretty good volleyball background. Was a 2015 MAC Player of the Year, also first-team honors in the 2014 and 2013 volleyball seasons. On the other side of the court, no slack in ability there with Morgan Reinecke Strayer. She was a first-team MAC player as a junior and senior in the 2007 and 2008 seasons, respectively. Went on to play volleyball at Gannon University. So both these coaches, if you will, pretty good players in their day, and now hoping to shed some of that wealth of their knowledge to the young ladies playing here this evening.
Yep, 3-1 Rangers coming in to the Rough Riders 0-4. We'll get into that just a little bit more as we go along.
Both these teams, you said early in the season, but both kind of having to fill losses due to graduation, and both teams having suffered injuries to season-ending injuries to players on both their squads. For New Knoxville, Avery Henson, a sophomore this year, averaged 2 kills and a half a block. Last year as a freshman, out for the season with an ACL injury, and likewise for St. Mary's, Aaliyah Williams tore her ACL as well. She also averaged 2 kills and a half a block last year. A 3-year player for the Rough Riders, and she misses her senior season, but she's going to continue to play volleyball, she said, at Heidelberg next season. So both those ladies will have to spectate this year.
So Leah Waller steps on the floor and enters the front row for the Rough Riders. As the Rough Riders are serving, that's dug out by Gable in the back row. Henson on the first kill there for the Rangers, and she puts that down for a point.
5'9" sophomore, second on a team in kills with 2.5 or 2.4 as you see the replay. 2.4 kills per set. Ellie Gable, sophomore as well, leads the Rangers with 3 kills per set.
And there's a block at the net, but it comes down on the Rangers side. Point for the Rough Riders. Nice hit there by Walters.
Got a lot of velocity behind it. New Knoxville there to get a touch, but Walter too much with the attack, and a good swing there by Walter, who was an honorable mention WBL player last year as a sophomore.
And there's one hit by the Rangers out of bounds. Point goes to Rough Riders.
Ellie Gable's attack just wide. These teams played earlier this season at the Coldwater Spike-Off. New Knoxville won the match in 2 sets.
Gable again with a hit. Dug out by Berkey out of the back row. Now it's free ball to cross. Carly Flutterjohn with a passing dink. And an overpass kill there by Henshin as it went over the net, and she was there and put it down on the swing.
St. Mary's did a good job picking up the attack by Flutterjohn. You see it there, but the overpass allowed to be a good set for Henshin, who found the deep left corner open.
There's Waller with hit again. And Gretchen Dwenger with a push shove down the right side into the right corner, so to speak, and that gets down on the floor for a point. Point for the Rangers, score all tied, 3-3.
Mentioned the game with these two squads at Coldwater on Saturday. St. Mary's played without Abby Young. I believe she was sick that day, so they had to make up for their setter being out and struggled a little bit, but gained momentum throughout the day.
Ackroyd there with a big hit on the offhand position, and she got it down in the far corner of the Rangers, untouched but inbounds. So point goes to the Rough Riders, 4-3. Leffel with the ball across, played in the back row. Walters now to hit. Dinked. It's over, pushed over again by Henshin. There's a dink by the setter inside. Over to the right side on hand. Gable with a hit, and that gets down in the back row as Kaywood dove at it but couldn't get it. So we've gonna have some subs in here. So number 5, Addison Lout steps back on the floor, as does Rabel. Rabel steps back on the floor.
Number 23, Carson McLaughlin, a 6'1" sophomore, back into the left front. Good swing there by McLaughlin.
Oh, there was a fake swing, and it was done quite well, but nobody picked up on the ball.
Miscommunication, like I said, they're battling, new setter this season and missed some time with sickness and just not on the same page there. As you like to be creative and keep the defense guessing. That time, St. Mary's offense just not in sync.
McLaughlin with that one across. There's Jurasic who hits one across off the block and down. Point for the Rangers, 6-4. Gretchen Dwenger back to serve.
5'11" senior Megan Jurasic, her first kill. She averages just over a kill per set.
And that'll be called a double hit, as the official said on the pass. Too much spin, too much trap.
A couple unforced errors or ball handling errors here for St. Mary's has helped New Knoxville earn 7 points.
Gable with a hit, blocked there by the front row of the Rough Riders. Back again to Gable, and combo block again right there down by number 5 Lout and number 23 McLaughlin. So combo block to those ladies as they stuff block that one back to the Rangers.
Had a touch on it the first time, and they went back to the Rangers to Gable, and then the defense for St. Mary's able to get the stuff block or the termination block for the point.
Ball dug out of the back row by Haley Flutterjohn on that one. There's Gable takes a little off as she arcs it over the block and into the hole. Nobody in the center of the court, nobody home as everybody's backing up.
Good decision by Gable. She had it blocked last time, recognized the defenders there once again, and had a nice, high arcing shot, not too high that the defense could get under, but high enough to get over the block and drop well in front of the back row for the Rough Riders. St. Mary's last season, 7-16 on the season, 3-6 in the WBL. New Knoxville last season was 15-9 and 3-6 in the Midwest Athletic Conference.
As Jeff said, they've both been trying to replace lost personnel, and there's a ball stuff block there by Morgan. I'll take that was Carly Flutterjohn who blocked that overpass, and she got it down.
Also, if she went up by herself, or was Jurasic up there with her?
Jurasic wasn't that close.
Okay, we'll give Flutterjohn the block.
And the kill.
So Flutter-John, the setter, gets a stuff block for the 9th Ranger point.
There's a free ball across with Haley Flutter-John. Another dink push by the setter into the center, and it hits the floor by Flutter-John. So a point there brings it to 10-5. We're going to have a timeout now on the floor, and we'll take a timeout with them. We'll be right back.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Grand Lake Health Systems proud to present tonight's ball game to you between the Rough Riders and the Rangers. And there's a spike across by the Rough Riders, dug by the Rangers, spike back by the Rangers, and now Kaywood. Down balls one, actually.
Got the benefit of the top. The tape did Carly Kaywood. Her first attack was played by New Knoxville, but Kaywood comes up with her first kill of the set. She averages 1.3 kills per set. The 5'9" senior breaks a string of offense by New Knoxville, so much needed point for the Rough Riders following the timeout by Coach Broering.
Pretty with the serve there. Now we're going to have Kaywood with a hit, dug by Flutter-John. Gable from the back row, dug out there by the Rough Riders. And it's going to be a double hit on the pass, as the hit there by McLaughlin was good, but the pass was a double hit.
So New Knoxville breaks the momentum, if you will, for the Rough Riders, who had earned that last point. So now St. Mary's will look to get a stop. And they do just that with Claire Berkey.
Claire Berkey off the block of the Rangers and trickles down right in front of Dwenger, who can't play it.
Berkey, a 6-foot junior, leads the Rough Riders this season in hitting with 1.7 kills per set. And what we talked about in the pregame, St. Mary's needs to get a better efficiency. They have a 0 hitting percentage, so they need to be more efficient on their attacks, get them inbounds, and eliminate the hitting errors.
And that one hit by Henshin hits the wand, and so it's out of bounds. Point goes to the Rough Riders.
St. Mary's now back-to-back points as they try to climb back in. It's early, but New Knoxville got a run of offense there to build a 5-point lead.
And Morgan Leffel with some power out of the middle, off the block and down on the Rough Rider side. Point goes to the Rangers.
Her first kill of the set, and she averages 2.2 kills per contest. And New Knoxville has about 3 hitters right now. Gable at 3, Henshin at 2.2, and Morgan Leffel at 2.2 that kind of have been doing the hitting damage for New Knoxville.
There's a receiving error there as Pretty and Kaywood get together and nobody really got it. A little miscommunication.
Service ace for Carly Flutter-John. She serves at 97% on the season. That one was tempting the end line, but played by the Rough Riders.
Ackroyd's hit there goes low into the net, and a point to the Rangers.
New Knoxville as a team 93% on the season serving, averaging just under 2.5 aces per set. And as I talked about it, they commit their first service error of the set. St. Mary's has not committed one thus far. St. Mary's on the season 88% serving, and they average 1 ace per set.
And that one by the Rough Riders is wide right.
Both teams back-to-back aces.
Errors.
I'm sorry, back-to-back service errors. Correct. Yep. Yes. And those are frustrating. You know, when you're looking for points and trying to either put teams away or climb back, they always seem to be unwanted.
There's Gable with a hit off of the, and that's good. Played out of the back row by Kaywood, but not playable by her teammates. So a point there to the Rangers.
Pretty good rhythm and effort from Gable. A lot of velocity on it, hit it solid, tough for the St. Mary's defense to recover.
And that one's wide right. Point to the Rough Riders as Leffel's service goes to the out-of-bounds
Rare
side.
mistake by Morgan Leffel serving. She was serving at 98% on the season, had just one service error in 44 attempts.
Bertkey serving. And a dink on the line, down and in by Henson.
Number 3 with her 3rd kill. The set a little close to the net. Flutter John Carley did a nice job staying out of the net, able to get it in the air, and Carson Henson able to, as you say, tap it to that left front corner and catch the line for her 3rd kill.
Pass wasn't real great there to Flutter John, but she did the best she could.
Yeah, she did a good job keeping it alive for New Knoxville and staying out of the net herself.
Walter's shot there is picked by the Rangers in the front row and then hit across, and that one goes wide, way across as Leah got a little bit too much strength behind that one, out of bounds to the Rangers, point to the Rangers.
Drosik hit it over on a second attack. St. Mary's was ready for it, and in the volley ended up hitting it out of bounds. Back-to-back hitting errors.
That one by Loud is long. So point again to the Rangers, 19-10.
A positive hitting percentage means you're scoring more points in your attack than you for your team than you are for the other team. If you have a negative percentage, you're having too many errors, and right now the Rough Riders, their percent on the season is very low, and it's part of the reason they've struggled, if you will, although be it against some very good competition thus far and having to replace some missing parts. It doesn't help when you don't have a good percentage.
There's a bump that doesn't get to the setter as Addie Young goes flying after it, but she just couldn't get it. There's timeout on the floor with the score 21-10 in favor of the Rangers. We'll take a break, be right back.
Capped, we use hometown opportunity to make sure that when we have a position open within the facility, it gets put on the website.
We've really been excited to see how that has grown so much over the last several years.
If anyone is looking for a job, it's the best place to go.
We really want to do whatever we can to get folks that are from this community back to this area.
I would recommend any manufacturing company that they take a look at it. It's a very good benefit for companies at no cost.
Back here at Memorial with the Rough Riders trailing 21-10.
Another big run of offense by the Rangers. They've opened an 11-point lead following the service ace by Henson, and Coach Broering, you know, there's not much points, if you will, left. It's not about time, it's about points, and the Rangers get another break, back-to-back service aces, and that one catches the tape and gives the Rangers a 22nd point.
Yeah, an ace there by Henson.
We've talked about before, a lot of times after a timeout, the server will come back and either hit it in the net or hit out of bounds, and that one nearly went in the net, but it rolled over for an ace.
And there's a big hit there by number 10, Samantha Aykroyd, as nobody at home there for the Rangers to dig that one out in the back row.
Good play by Aykroyd, who again needed a stop for her team, and she got it. Although the Rough Riders have to play mistake-free volleyball, they trail by 11, but New Knoxville just 3 points away, make it 2 points now in that service error.
Aykroyd's service goes long. Don't forget, this Grand Lake Health Systems are responsible for this broadcast this evening with the help of other sponsors, but Grand Lake Health is your featured sponsor tonight. Gretchen Dwenger back to serve for the Rangers. Dug there by Walters. And they're hit by McLaughlin. Gable from the power hand. Dug and brought back over the net. And taken across and played as a free ball. Dwenger with a dig. And there's a shoot set.
Nice
by
spot.
Gable.
I love that idea. When you're close to the net, shove it to the opposite corner near the net. It's very difficult for the defensive player to come up to the net, basically full speed, try to stop and bring the ball back. Very well done by Ellie Gable, her 4th kill of the set, and game point for the Rangers.
24-11, here is game point, as Jeff said. Dug there and into the net, off of the Rough Riders. Point to the Rangers, set to the Rangers. First set in the books, 25-11. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back with set number 2.
My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Hello, New Bremen. I'm Matt Everidge with NKTelco, and we're here for you for your cable, telephone, and internet services.
Hey, Minster. This is Nate Henry with NKTelco, and we're here for you for your existing cable TV, internet, and phone service.
Hey, New Knoxville. I am Wesley Meyer at NKTelco. We are here for you and your customer service needs.
Hey, Maria Stein. I'm Ken with NKTelco, and we are here for you with hometown pride.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
Okay, Grand Lake Health Systems happy and proudly presents tonight's contest between the Rough Riders and the Rangers. Our starting lineup was brought to you tonight by American Trim. Other sponsors are First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Winners Meats, NKTelco, Frost Roofing, Hometown Opportunity, Minster Bank, Ply Gem, Precision Strip, Schwederman's Pharmacies, NK Supply, Wilson Health, and Fowler's TV. Keyhole Pizza is happy to present the keys to the game. The replays are sponsored by Winners Meats. The player of the game will be sponsored by NKTelco, and the scoreboard sponsor is First National Bank. Think First. As we've got one set in the books here that goes to the Rangers. Jeff, you got any stats that you might be able to give the ladies and gentlemen in the audience?
The first match, or I should say the first set, New Knoxville wins by 25-11. Close for a while. New Knoxville had a bit of a run early on. St. Mary's got it back to within about 3, but then late in that set, New Knoxville just ran off some offense, and a lot of it was some of their serving, got a few aces, but the errors committed by St. Mary's, whether it be hitting or serving or handling, really contributed to their, their difficulties running their offense. And New Knoxville records 11 kills in set 1, 4 of them by Ellie Gable, 3 by Carson Henchen, whereas St. Mary's recorded just 5 kills. The Rangers had 4 service aces, so a good offensive performance by the Rangers. St. Mary's just too many errors. We talked about 9 total, whether it be in hitting, ball handling, or serving, and just a 5 kills. So New Knoxville pulled away and kind of dominated set number 1. But you start over now, and as Coach Kramer for New Bremen, who's won a state title and a runner-up with New Bremen, and I think also with St. Henry, once said that volleyball is the only sport you can get beat 25-11, but you still come back and win the match. So
you can score more points though and lose the ball game for the evening. So it's a tough
unique sport.
I wanted to just tell the audience here, St. Mary's a new bunch. Here's their scores so far. Now listen to this. Against Coldwater, they scored 5 and 17. Against New Knoxville, they scored 15 and 13. Against Versailles, they were 18 and 18. I saw some of that. They were ahead most of that game. In Fort Recovery, they scored 18, 18, and 23. So you can understand that the Rough Riders are constantly improving,
those were scores sequential as the first game at Coldwater all the way through their match Tuesday night. So yeah, they definitely have been doing better as the young season has begun.
There's a rocket off of the arm of Carson Henchen as she cross-courts it there, and Pretty couldn't dig it out right along the line, so point to the Rangers, 1-0.
Carly Flitterjohn, the lone setter for the Rangers. They run a 5-1. She averages just under 9 assists.
Ace for Flitterjohn.
And that's her second ace, but we talked about running the offense. She's the full-time setter, so New Knoxville goes with 5 hitters, and Carly Flitterjohn, the senior, who has been for sure the setter all of last year as a 5-1, and as a sophomore, I know did some, whether it was a 5-1 then I don't know, but basically a 3-year setter for Flitterjohn.
Gretchen Dwenger with a swing and a kill off the block as it trickled down right in the center as 3 Rough Riders went to the floor for a pancake save, but they were not able to get it. So Carly's back to serve again.
Mentioned the 9 sets or 9 assists per set, the 97% serving accuracy, and a couple aces tonight already. So she's been doing very well, keeping the ball alive for New Knoxville.
There's a ball that almost ended up in the audience and brought back by Gable. And off of the deflection. And
nice
dug out of the net by Flutterjohn, and then Gretchen Dwenger puts it across. And there is a double hit on the Rough Riders as
you mentioned that ball that almost went into the stand. St. Mary's is the only court I'm aware of anywhere that they have straps, if you will, that pull the nets up, and you can see them in the monitor. The ball, I think, glanced off one of those straps as it was being brought back in. Good kill there by number 7, Claire Berkey. But that's something you have to keep in mind. That's not common. And when the Rangers brought the ball back in, you have to be aware.
Over or under, yes.
You have to just be aware of that.
Play.
It's a little different than the backboards like the baskets, but these are straps that when the night's over, they'll pull the nets up into the ceiling for storage.
Set there, back set to Leffel.
Berkey and
blocked.
And also Walter there to keep it back on the Rangers side.
And there's a ball hit by Henson off the hands of Young, out of bounds, point to the Rangers.
Good offense by New Knoxville. Flutterjohn. Thought we'd see there just with a beautiful set, and then Henson able to get the deflection for her second kill of set number 2.
Morgan Leffel serves an ace as it just cleared the net. Wasn't able to be played in the back row. Timeout on the floor. 6-1, 5-point lead for the Rangers. We'll be right back.
Schwiedemann Pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Schwiedemann purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Okay, we just missed a ace serve there by Morgan Leffel as she got it down, and the Rangers put another point on the board. Then she served again, and now the Rough Riders just hit it off the hands of the Rangers for a point.
I think it was Claire Berkey
I believe,
with the kill.
And Claire is now back to serve.
So she goes to the back row. Much needed point for the Rough Riders as they've dug themselves a hole here to begin set 2. Good touch by the Rough Riders there, keeping it on New Knoxville side.
And double hit on the set there by the Rangers. So point goes to the Rough Riders.
Well, back-to-back points for St. Mary's. They had I think Louth was in there had a good touch to keep the ball back on the Rangers side, and then forcing New Knoxville to commit the handling error.
There's a free ball. Oh, nope, didn't get across the net as Louth tried to bring a wide set over the net. She left it short. Point goes to the Rangers. Henson back to serve for the Rangers. Out. That's way out of here. Downtown, Miss Brown. So Haley Flutterjohn steps back on as Henson sits down. And Cora Rabel's on the floor. She's going to serve.
81% server on the season is Rabel. She's a 5'5" freshman. Gets
And
a service ace. That's her third of the season.
Trickles that off the top of the net, down on the floor. Nobody could play it. Point and an ace for Rabel.
So number 5 with the 5th Rough Rider point.
Jurasic with a hammer, dug there out of the back row by the Rough Riders and brought back, but outside the wand.
Hitting there by the Rough Riders, and good hit by Jurasic, but Rough Riders not able to keep it in play. And again, as I mentioned, hit outside the sticks.
Poppy did a nice job of digging out that shot there by Meg Jurasic, yes. There's a long ball there by Carson McLaughlin as it goes way out of bounds. Far corner, Mr. Dickey steps aside.
6'1" sophomore Carson McLaughlin there. Good swing, just not enough topspin on it. Sails long.
There's a pretty good serve by Dwenger. There's a hit there by McLaughlin again, goes long and deep. So point to the Rangers. 11-5 in favor of the Rangers, and Dwenger's service is wide right.
Second service error by the Rangers here in set 2. They had 2 in set number 1. St. Mary's also 2 service errors back in game number 1, have not committed a service error so far here in set 2.
Leah Walters with a nice strong serve. Gable with a hit, dug there by Pretty. Spike there by
Ackroyd is in the net.
Yes, Ackroyd's shot was in the net, so point goes to the Rangers. 12-6.
Again, the hitting errors for the Rough Riders somewhat seems to haunt them tonight. Just too many mistakes in the attack mode and too many free points for the Rangers.
And there's Leffel with a hammer out of the on-hands position, off the block and down. So point for the Rangers, 13-6.
7-point lead. New Knoxville opened up set number 2 with a good start. I think it was 6-1 maybe out of the gate. So they've been on top here in game number 2, forcing the Rough Riders now really to play exceptionally clean volleyball to get back into it.
And that one free balled across by the Rough Riders, but is long and out of bounds and drops to the floor, out of bounds, point for the Rangers. 14-6 in favor of New Knoxville. There's a cross-court shot there by the Rough Riders and out of the back row by the Rangers. McLaughlin with that one off the block and down.
That time Carson with a good swing. She had a couple back-to-back hits that sailed long. That time the 6'1" sophomore able to get the ball in front of her and find an empty hole in the New Knoxville defense.
Jurasic touched it but couldn't handle it or couldn't control it as it goes down to the floor. Pretty to serve. Jurasic with a cross-court shot, can't be handled there as ricochets off of the Rough Riders out of bounds. Point to the Rangers.
Jurasic leaves as Henson comes on for Jurasic now. A kill in each set for the 5'11" senior.
There's an overpass, but handled there by the Rangers. And Henson's shot is blocked there by Claire Bertke as she puts it down right there in the center circle. Point to the Rough Riders.
Solo block for Claire Berkey. She leads the Rough Riders at just over a half a block per set. You may think a half doesn't seem like much, but remember those are touches where she scores the ball immediately, and that was a fine example right there. So tough to do nowadays with everyone hitting so well, but for Claire, she leads the Rough Riders at just over a half a block per set.
Young service there went wide right, so it's a point to the Rangers.
Taylor Newman, number 7, a 5'7" senior, into the front row for New Knoxville.
And Flutterjohn's service lands right on the line as former Rough Rider coach Vanderhorst says that's on the line, ladies. It's
second
good.
Service ace for Flutterjohn here in game number 2. Also had 1 service ace in game number 1. 3 for the night. Chance here for the Rangers to go back to work on offense.
And there's a shot by Henson, but dug out nicely by Pretty. Drilled back by the Rough Riders, dug out by Leffel. That one is hit deep and ricocheted off of Egbert, who got on it but couldn't be controlled by the Rough Riders. So kill for Henson, point to the Rangers, 18-8.
For number 3, it's her third kill of the set. Also had 3 kills in set number 1. Rangers on top by 10.
Taylor Newman with a hit.
Set
Almost
little
too close to net.
Back set, but able to keep it alive.
Haywood
that
with
time.
a hit.
Leffel
Doug
Newman
there.
team up with a touch back to the Rough Riders. Good play by the Rough Riders, but can't get over, as I believe it was Egbert kept it alive.
He kept it alive, but the kill there goes to Taylor Newman as they couldn't bring it back. So kill to Taylor Newman. There's a timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.
At Joint Township District Memorial Hospital, your comfort and care is our #1 priority. Our surgical nerve blocks are a great way to reduce pain and can be used for arm, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle, and foot surgeries. The nerve blocks decrease the stress of surgery on your body, requires less anesthesia and pain medications, and in many cases can offer relief for several days. Visit grandlakehealth.org for details on all of our services.
Thanks to Grand Lake Health Systems for being the main sponsor of tonight's Ranger Rough Rider contest. Happy to have them on board. There's Flutterjohn with another good serve. That's going to be hit over. Claire Berkey brings it down. And I'll be darned, they saved it as Haley Flutterjohn digs it at the net. And there we have a net violation on number 6.
So give Elizabeth Brown a 5'9" freshman. She attacked. The Rangers were in the net. So Elizabeth Brown gets her first kill. And yeah, the Rangers, Flutterjohn, Carly had a nice save. Her sister Haley had to come up.
Dig it out of the
circle. When a setter takes the first ball, usually the libero gets the second one, and they were able to keep it alive. But Brown with the eventual kill.
Berkey with a hit. Dug there by Gable in the back row. Henson with a dig or a hit, and then it ricochets off of Kaywood, out of play, point to the Rangers. Kill to Henson.
Mary's able to get a hand on it, but pretty well hit ball, and you know it's a game of reaction and touch. And for the defense, you got to be able to 1, be there, 2, make good contact. You know, by the way, kind of absorb the blow so you don't ricochet out of bounds. A lot of things have to happen to make it right. And St. Mary's that time just off a little bit.
Leah Walter's shot is blocked up in the air, played, and Morgan Leffel out of the back row hitting it for the Rangers. Now out of the back row will be Kaywood for the Rough Riders. Blocked there at the net by Henson as she gets her paw on it, puts it down. Point goes to the Rangers. Stuff block goes to Henson. Solo.
Good court awareness there. The third hit, timing it. You never know when it's off the net that much. It might be, you know, you always want to be ready for the attack, and Henson, nice job timing it.
Walters with a push on that one to get it across. Gable with a shot, blocked by the Rough Riders at the net there on the combo block between Berkey and
for
Brown,
Gable, her first
but
kill.
She got the kill.
Able to power it through there again. We talk about how you attack the ball, and it's tough not only to get to the block, but to deflect it back into bounds. Gable with a lot of strength on it. Good self-defense by Flutterjohn, keeping alive. Newman then able to get it alive for Henson, who ultimately, though, Leah Walter, nice play to net by number 22.
Leah Walter with the hammer brings it down off of the combo block there by the Rangers, but it goes to the floor, so it's a point for the Rough Riders, 10-22.
Leah Walter averages just over a kill per set, and she was honorable mention last year All-League, so they'll look for her to kind of get on track here more, and as they play more volleyball, they'll get better and get some more attacks.
There's a free ball by Gable out of the back row, which can't be handled by the Rough Riders.
Is it Gable or Leffel?
Gable.
Was it? Okay. Her second kill.
Pretty with a down ball, bringing it across.
Chance for the Rangers.
Blocked there by Jurasic, but can't be handled by Newman as it was fighting to get it off the net.
And I believe what Rough Rider hit it, the setter, it was okay. It was, where'd she go, number 9?
That would have been
Young.
Young.
Yep, she dumped it over. Jurasic was there, had a finger on it, but not able, for the Rangers, were they able to control it. So Abby Young with her first kill.
And Rabel's serve dances off the net but goes out of bounds.
Second service error this set for the Rough Riders. Game point for New Knoxville. Taylor Newman serving.
And they got that one down in front of Haley Fletterjohn. I forgot, I didn't see it. It might have been McLaughlin who
Leah
hit it.
Walder, number 22. Strong attack out of right front. And back-to-back
22.
kills here late in set number 2. And she goes back to serve as 22. And again, they'll be looking for her to, once the Rough Riders stay in rhythm here, to get some strong attacks.
Rangers don't handle that one well out of the back row. Can't bring it across at all. Point goes to the Rough Riders, 24-13. And there's a combo block with the seniors, Carly Fletterjohn and Meg Jurasic. Game point. Rangers win that one, 25-13. We'll take a break and be right back for set number 3 here at Memorial High School.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital, with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Grand Lake Health Systems happily presents tonight's program between the Rough Riders of St. Mary's and the Rangers from New Knoxville. Jeff, you got any thoughts and stats?
Second game, again, dominated by the Rangers somewhat. They got off to a good start and held on. They finished set 2 with 10 kills, 4 service aces, and 2 blocks for points. St. Mary's, 7 kills, a couple more than they had in the first set, 1 service ace and 1 block. So St. Mary's offense a couple points better. Still a lot of errors by the Rough Riders, 9 errors in both sets. New Knoxville, 5 errors in each set. So New Knoxville just playing a little bit cleaner, getting some better swings on the ball, and that all comes from a good first touch and a good second set and a third good hit. So New Knoxville just in better rhythm most of the time. St. Mary's at times when they're in system, pretty good. But getting that system to function on all 3 cylinders sometimes is a little bit more difficult. New Knoxville's made them chase balls and hit them where they're not, and that sometimes can really disrupt your offense. So right now New Knoxville up 2-0. Kind of dominating wins so far, but St. Mary's a chance here to kind of get better and see if they can make some noise here in set number 3. Again, they've played Fort Recovery their last match very well. Very competitive in that game, and Fort Recovery is no slouch, and so St. Mary's here at home will look to make a better performance in set 3 or else the match is over.
Carly Fletterjohn serving for the Rangers. Hit there by Berkey and long on her shot. Point to the Rangers, 1-0. 2 new coaches basically. Morgan Strayer in her 3rd year. Madison Broering in her 1st year for the Rough Riders. So these coaches could be around for many, many years.
And both bring a wealth of knowledge from their playing days and colleges, or college success, if you will, as well. And so a lot of volleyball knowledge and ability in both minds.
Okay, ace there by Carly Fletterjohn as the ball is mishandled in the back row. Timeout to the Rough Riders. We'll just stay right here, and once again we'll go across the sponsors for this evening's game. Obviously Grand Lake Health Systems is our main sponsor, but they are supported by American Trim, First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Winners Meats, NKTelco, Frost Roofing, Hometown Opportunity, Minster Bank, Ply Gem, Precision Strip, Schwederman's Pharmacy, NK Supply, Wilson Health, and Fowler's TV. Scoreboard is sponsored by First National Bank. Player of the game will be brought to you by NKTelco. The starting lineup was brought to you by American Trim. Keys to the game are sponsored by Keyhole Pizza. That's good. And the replays are brought to you by Winners Meats. Carly Flutterjohn back to serve again. Rangers leading 3-0. She's scored all 3 points, and their service there was good. And Berkey hammers that, but it's dug in the back row.
Good pickup by Gable to get the Rangers into offense, and a nice set, and then Morgan Leffel her first kill. So there's a good swing by Claire Berkey on the Rough Rider side, but a good first touch by Gable allows New Knoxville to get into offense, and you know it's tough to stop teams once they're in rhythm.
There's a hammer there by Samantha Aykroyd as she comes in from the on-hand position and puts it down.
Again, nice. Everything was in system there, and the results were nice. Aykroyd got a good jump, the 5'9" senior, and a good swing.
Yeah, that's the word, system, the coaches use. They call it in system. In other words, they don't talk about rhythm, they just talk about the system. All right, Walters with a shot, but dug up by Haley Flutterjohn. And there, Gretchen Dwanger from the offhand goes cross court back row, not fielded or played well there. Point goes to the Rangers, 5-1.
Kill now for Gretchen Dwanger, 1 in each set, 3 for the night for the 5'7" junior.
Berkey with a hit off of Flutterjohn's arms, point to the Rough Riders as Claire Berkey gets a point there for the Rough Riders. The 6-foot junior delivers the blow. She now goes back to serve for the Rough Riders.
100% serving on the season, unless I missed it. She came into this match 32 out of 32 on the season with a couple aces. I don't think she had any errors so far tonight. Won't get another chance as Gable finishes that rally for the Rangers with her first kill of set 3, her 7th of the match.
She went cross court deep, but it wasn't played well. And off of the Rough Rider player, and nobody could get the second touch. And there's a stuff block by Jurasic and Dwanger, and that falls on the floor on the Rough Rider side. Point to the Rangers.
Good contact, not for sure which one got it, but Jurasic now her second block for point tonight.
And there is an ace as the pass was too high and they called for a lift.
All started with an aggressive serve. You don't like to see errors, but if you serve it too soft, teams are too good to get it in to get that first touch. And St. Mary's that time now gets a great first touch and able to do a little bit of damage with it, but so critical to get the first touch.
And that one is free balled across by the Rangers, but it goes too long, out of bounds, not played by the Rough Riders. Point to the Rough Riders. Score goes 8-3 in favor of the Rangers, but the Rough Riders are serving. Aykroyd back to serve. And off of the first bump, but nobody's there to take the second hit. So a little communication malfunction.
Carly was yelling for help, but it was really the first touch went straight up and came straight down, really not towards any particular player. So no one had to, if you want to say, the ability to go after it because they didn't think it was coming to them. So back-to-back, another service ace will give to Aykroyd. So a couple back-to-back points here for the Rough Riders as they need to get a string of offense now here against the Rangers as they trail early again here in an elimination game for them.
Deflected deep, now it'll be free balled across by Leffel.
Opportunity for the Rough Riders.
Here it comes. Walters with a hammer off the upright and point.
Here's
the
the difference. I mean, New Knoxville didn't get a good first touch and end up free balling it over. And St. Mary's, when it's kind of given to you, they can get into system, and Walter with a nice finish. So Rough Riders have come back now to within 2. Make it 1.
And there's a double hit was called on the set there against the Rangers. And we have a timeout on the floor as the Rangers call timeout. 8-7, still in favor of them, but they're going to talk about it. Be right back.
American Trim's story started in 1951, and our long family legacy continues today. We are a third-generation family-owned business with locations in Sydney and Walpock, and we're hiring for manufacturing positions on first, second, and third shifts. Part-time and full-time positions are available for entry-level and skilled individuals. Please apply at www.amtrim.com or in person. American Trim is a proud sponsor of high school sports and our communities. Come be part of our story.
Grand Lake Health Systems happy to present this game to you. Rough Riders and Rangers, a 1-point spread. Gretchen Dwanger with a hit, dug out of the back row by Kay Wood. Walters with a hammer, dug out by Fletterjohn. And close to the net, Jurasic got it and almost like backhanded it across and down. No block there.
was there almost to try to set it and didn't see her, but Jurasic able to avoid the contact, if you will. But boy, St. Mary's climbed back in. They took advantage of some miscues by the Rangers, some hitting errors, some ball handling errors, and took advantage of it. They're going to get credit here as Knoxville will give them a free one on the service error. So this time the Rough Riders have taken advantage of the opportunity and have climbed back into this as they trailed early by 5 points, we think. Again, elimination game for them as Kelsey Poppy, an 86% server, puts the ball into play.
Jurasic brings it across. Pretty plays it out of the back row. Kaywood to hit it. Dug out there by Haley Fletterjohn. Nobody can pick up the second hit. Point to the Rough Riders as they tie the score here at 9-9. Nice comeback by the Riders.
Playing a little bit more aggressive are the Rough Riders, and again, I just feel like they're taking advantage of the opportunity. New Knoxville hasn't put much on their attacks, and
there's a lift. I saw that right away. So
that time, Gable's a system attack, able to put it where they're not, causes a problem, and the mishandled ball gives New Knoxville the 1-point lead in their 10th point.
Got a shoestring to be laced up there by Kaywood. She says, "I'm ready." And the referees now wave to the server, bring it on. Gable back to serve for the Rangers. Pretty plays it. Now, Kaywood with a push across. Haley Fletterjohn. Gable with it. Hit out of the back row there by Lout, but can't be handled in the front row, so
that
point
time
goes to
Gable
Rangers.
timed it well. They got a strong attack, and that came from beyond the 10-foot line by Gable. St. Mary's not able to keep it under control, so kill for Gable. Much needed point for the Rangers. She continues to serve.
Rabel with the bump set. Kaywood with the hit. Haley Fletterjohn deep. Morgan Leffel with a hit and finds the wood. No one home on the left center. Point goes to the Rangers.
Good timing. Leffel able to step into it, and 1-2 up she goes, and again hit it where they're not with some speed on it. Very difficult to run down. Good run now by the Rangers. They open up a 3-point lead, and for St. Mary's, got to get a stop here. Get the ball back, go to serve for a while.
Kaywood with a shot, cross-court shot way deep in the corner. Brought back up, but almost free-balled across by Fletterjohn, and that one is hit deep by Brown, but out of bounds.
That time, Fletterjohn being in the front row, able to attack the ball above the net. She did so. Illegal play for her being a setter. It's when she's in the back row, she can't attack it when she's up there setting, but a front row player, she's allowed to do so.
Kaywood with a shot cross court, dug there by Gable. Gable out of the back row behind the line, off the block of Lout, played there by the Rough Riders. Free ball across by Dwenger, and here comes a push by Kaywood again. Knocked back by Fletterjohn, I believe. Here's Kaywood again.
Reached back and got it.
And touched once by Jurasic. Fletterjohn, Gable comes across. Pretty has it. Set there by Rabel and hammered by Lout. Leffel deep on the and outside the wand. So point goes to Rough Riders, as that's an illegal hit outside the wand. So a nice volley there by both squads.
Long volley it was. One of the longer volleys we've seen. The point goes to St. Mary's on the Ranger hitting error.
So Pretty back to serve. And dug there by Gable. Pushed across by Leffel. Double block there by the Rough Riders. Off of the block. Played out of the back row. Now going to be free balled across by Rabel. Set, hit by Leffel, down and out of the reach of Poppy. Point goes to the Rangers.
That time Morgan wins the battle against Poppy. Before that, Poppy had made a nice dig save, but extended her body, just could not get to the attack. This time by Leffel between the pins, gives New Knoxville the 14th point.
Bertkey, shot off of Dwenger, down, point. Rough Riders.
5 kills on the night for Claire Berkey. 1 in game 1, 2 in game 2, and now 2 here in game number 3.
Addie Young steps on the floor again. She'll be back in the service area.
I think Aykroyd also enters to the front left, number 10.
And free balled across by Pretty.
Opportunity for New Knoxville.
Henson with a hit. Off of the block, played there by the Rough Riders. Again, hit there, and Young tries to play it along the sidelines. Can't quite square it up. Out of bounds, off the Rough Riders, point to the Rangers.
Leffel coming up big here as of late. 4 kills in game number 3 for Morgan Leffel. 5'7" junior has had a few of them here late in this contest. Rangers up by 4.
And there's a quick serve, nobody in front of Bertkey as she says, give it to me, I'll put it down, bang.
Took advantage of it.
Here it is, watch it.
And they kept it low. New Knoxville's defense not able to get there. That's a nice play. It mixes up the defense. Instead of throwing it high, you mix it up. As long as everyone's on page, you got it, and Berkey took advantage of it. Nice set, by the way, by the Rough Riders.
Pretty with the set. That's hammered there by, I believe, I think it was Young that hit it. Nope, make that Aykroyd. There's one off the net, dug out by the Rangers. One by Henson, dug out of the back row there by Kaywood. And there's one by Walters, hit it, but dug by the Rangers. And there's one by Henson, far corner, far side, down.
Good volley by both teams. Both teams making some spectacular plays to keep the ball alive. Morgan Leffel one-armed it to keep the third hit, I should say, over for New Knoxville, and some good volleys. And Henson, her first kill of game 3, her 8th of the night.
And that one is pulled out of bounds by Bertkey.
Didn't miss by much, and again, they went quick, and Berkey's a tall, lengthy hitter at 6 feet, tough to block. If you're not timing it right, she's gonna have a free window, but just pushed it outside the line.
Berkey again, and that one is likewise out of bounds.
Yeah, right idea, kind of a sidearm swing with a flip of the wrist. It gets around the blockers, but you have to be able to keep it, obviously in bounds. So Berkey aware of the Rangers defenders and trying to make it, go around them.
And there's Walters with one handed up by, I believe, Flutterjohn. Gable across, dug by Kaywood, dinked across. It's in the middle, now it's on the outside. Gable into the deep center part of the Rough Riders defense on the floor. Point for the Rangers, timeout on the floor. We'll take a break.
First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Grand Lake Health Systems happy to be presenting this contest to you this evening. Set number 3 here at Memorial as the Rangers lead 2-0. And score there by the Rough Riders as they get one off the fingertips of about 4 Rangers, and it goes down for a point. So it's 19-13 in favor of the Rangers. Claire Berkey back now to serve for the Rough Riders.
And I believe it was number 10, Ackroyd, with that attack. And she's on the far side. I think it was her that got off a couple of Ranger hands.
And there's a ball that does not clear the net. 4 hits on the Rangers, so point to the Rough Riders.
St. Mary's, again, following the timeout, they need points to get the kill from Ackroyd. Then they get a hitting error against New Knoxville, so back-to-back points. Make it 3 points as the Red Sea opens and no one plays the ball, so good timeout by the Rough Riders are taking advantage of it. Berkey and Ace.
Well, it's a good thing you don't have 5 timeouts a game. They'd have 15 points if that stuff happens all day.
Seems like that's how it works.
And that one goes long.
First service error of the season by Berkey. Mentioned she came in 100%. 32 out of 32, and that one just carries long. Still a very good percentage for the 6-foot junior.
Henson serving for the Rangers. Pretty there picks that one up. Free ball to cross by Lout. Gable with a hit, and they're asking for a touch. Nobody seems to see one, so point goes to the Rough Riders. And Ackroyd steps in. Ackroyd's just getting back from an injury, so coach is happy that she's back. And she said she's not at full steam yet. There's a nice play by Flederjohn, but she's considered a double hit. She can't leave the floor on that one because she's a back row player. She did touch it twice. Kept it alive and set it. So point goes to the Rough Riders. 17-20 in favor of the Rangers, however. Dwenger with a hit off of Pretty's hands. Point. So kill for Gretchen Dwenger. Makes the score 17-21.
Her second kill of set number 3 for Gretchen Dwenger, 5'7" junior, now going back to serve. She serves at 92% on the season. Had 6 aces coming into the night, had 1 in game 1, so 7 service aces on the season. Make it 8. We'll give it to her. St. Mary's never really got a good control on the ball. We'll give her a service ace and not a hitting error for the Rough Riders.
So Dwenger to serve again.
Up 5 are the Rangers with 3 points to go.
That one might have been out of bounds, but was played in the back row. Saved Dwenger, and it gave a point to the Rangers as the ball went over the net.
Up 6 with 2 to go.
Brown with the ball. Hit deep. Ricocheted off of Flederjohn level, brought across by Dwenger. Dug there by the Rough Riders. And Lout's shot was blocked at the net, I believe, by
Jurasic and Flederjohn were both up. Jurasic probably, well, can't tell there. I think she probably got most of the contact, but because they go up together, they both get an assist. So Jurasic now her 3rd point, if you will, on the blocks tonight for the senior.
And that one is hitting the net by the Rangers, so at set point, match point, they could not complete the play as it now goes 18-24 in favor of the Rangers, but service goes to the Rough Riders. They have no room for error.
Poppy's gonna have to serve out for the Rough Riders.
That is hit high, not too hard, so played by the Rough Riders. Touched there at the net by the Rangers. Gable with a hammer. Pretty with a dig. Kaywood with a hit. Touched by the Rangers at the net. Gable with a hammer again and finds Hardwood for a point. That is 25-18. That is match set point. New Knoxville wins in 3, 25-18 in the third set. We'll be back in just a few minutes with stats, highlights, and our finishing announcements. Be right back.
My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Hello, New Bremen. I'm Matt Everidge with NKTelco, and we're here for you for your cable, telephone, and internet services.
Hey, Minster. This is Nate Henry with NKTelco, and we're here for you for your existing cable TV, internet, and phone service.
Hey, New Knoxville. I am Wesley Meyer at NKTelco. We are here for you and your customer service needs.
Hey, Maria Stein. I'm Ken with NKTelco, and we are here for you with hometown pride.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
Schwiedemann Pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Schwiedemann purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
At Joint Township District Memorial Hospital, your comfort and care is our #1 priority. Our surgical nerve blocks are a great way to reduce pain and can be used for arm, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle, and foot surgeries. The nerve blocks decrease the stress of surgery on your body, requires less anesthesia and pain medications, and in many cases can offer relief for several days. Visit grandlakehealth.org for details on all of our services.
Take your game day party to the next level with a new TV and Sonos sound system from Fowler's TV in St. Mary's. A Sonos sound system takes all the action into every room of your home and outdoors. Break your home into zones and control the content and level right from your phone or tablet, enabling you to enjoy the game or not with the touch of a finger. Add a security camera system connected to your TV from Fowler's, and never leave another friend stuck outside in the cold. Fowler's TV, taking game day to the next level.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital, with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Back here at Memorial High School, where Grand Lake Health Systems was happy to present tonight's contest between the Rough Riders and the Rangers for the Battle of the 29, as they're separated by about 4 miles, as they struggled at first, but both teams played well at spots, and the Rangers come out with a 25-11, 25-13, and a 25-18 victory over the Rough Riders. For the stats and the player of the game, let's go to Jeff to see what he's got to say.
The Rangers hold on as St. Mary's played a much better set number 3. They scored 18 points, battled back, and kept it closer in the third set, did the Rough Riders. They, for the night though, the Rough Riders finished the game with 19 kills on the night.
Okay.
4 assists and 2 blocks for the Rough Riders. For New Knoxville, they finished with 34 kills, 11 aces, and 5 blocks. So New Knoxville wins the kill battle 34-11. They win the ace serving, if you will, 11 aces compared to 4 aces, and outblock St. Mary's 5-2. So a pretty good performance by the Rangers as they played clean tonight. Just 18 errors overall in the 3 sets. St. Mary's 25, cut that down in the third set, and as a result played much better and kept it close in the third. New Knoxville prevails 3-0 in the match. For St. Mary's, Claire Berkey led the way with 6 kills. She also had a service ace and a block. Samantha Ackroyd had 4 kills, 2 service aces. Leo Walter had 4 kills, and Carly Kaywood had 2 kills. Abby Young had 1, and so did Carson McLaughlin for the Rough Riders. For New Knoxville, Ellie Gable in double figures. She ends the contest, the match, with 11 kills. Carson Henshin, 8 kills, 2 service aces, and a block. Morgan Luffel, 6 kills, 2 aces. Gretchen Dwenger, 4 kills, 3 aces, and a block. Meg Jurasic, 3 kills, and was big at the net tonight with 3 stuff blocks. Tilla Newman had a kill. And also the setter for New Knoxville tonight, Carly Flutterjohn, had a kill, 4 service aces, and 2 blocks for the senior setter. And that will kind of lead us right into our player of the game tonight. And that award will go to Carly Flutterjohn, as again, the setter ran the show tonight. Not only distributed the ball to help her teammates record 34 kills, only had a couple handling errors that I can recall tonight. So a lot of touches for Carly, played it pretty clean. Mentioned the setting, also was active in serving with 4 aces, recorded a kill on the set where they dump it over, and also 2 big blocks. So fine job by the 5'6" senior, number 12, Carly Flutterjohn, your player of the game tonight.
Okay, thank you, Jeff. As that's just about all we've got here. Just like to take one more opportunity here to thank Grand Lake Health Systems for their support for the presentation this evening, and American Trim for bringing us the starting lineups. First National Bank, the scoreboard sponsor. Winners Meats, our replay sponsor. NKTelco was the sponsor for the player of the game. Frost Roofing, another sponsor. Hometown Opportunity, Minster Bank, Ply Gem, Precision Strip, Schwederman's Pharmacy, NK Supply Company, Wilson Health, and Fowler's TV. Like to thank our producer, director, Scott Robinson, downstairs and in the truck. Our assistant producer was Patrick Toller. Our camera gal, Taylor Wissman, nice job. Announcers, that was Jeff Henshin on the color and the stats. I'm Dennis Henshin. We thank you for watching. Once again, final score from here, New Knoxville wins in 3. They're running their record to 4-1 on the years. St. Mary's 0-5, but New Knoxville prevails this evening. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and see you again in a couple of days. Thank you, everyone. Good night.